What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, trolls and citizens, the JJs and PPs? You know, when I was a little girl, maybe about, I want to say like 13, 12 years old, I wanted to be a princess, I wanted to be the best princess. I didn't want to be a black princess because I didn't want to get stuck eating chicken. I didn't want to be a white princess because I didn't want to be a mayonnaise eater. I didn't want to be an Asian princess because I didn't want to be chasing cats. I didn't want to be a Spanish princess for the simple fact that Mark Anthony would probably try to molest me. These are deep things in life that I thought about. And when I was younger, I was suicidal through all, the trials and tribulations that I had in my life. And a lot of my friends were suicidal. And, we never ever, see, this is the thing, I was ahead of my time, I was completely ahead of my time because I was suicidal and my friends were also suicidal. Why didn't I promote that? Why didn't I encourage them to create a suicide squad? And see, I did encourage that, but they didn't listen. And that was their position saying, why didn't you listen, But I was ahead of this movie way before it even existed. Deepness. And that's sort of to my point that I'm getting about the movie with my transition in the movie is that, when I was a little girl, I never thought I would be this confused. So I went to see the movie tonight, the day I uploaded it. I probably went to go see it around, I think we saw the 8 o'clock showing, yeah. So my girlfriend, I saw it with a couple of friends as well. And, you ever watch something and you, after you're done watching it, you kind of go, you kind of look at it and you go, what did I just watch? I don't know if that was good or bad. So long story short, this is going to be, when I say spoilers, that's when you'll know this movie, I'm about to spoil it for you. So I'm going to warn you before I start spoiling it. But I'm going to give you the gist of it so far. Basically, Superman dies. Oh, wait. No, he's not in this movie. That's Batman v Superman. So, any fucker who did not see Batman v Superman, I just spoiled it for you. In that case, I guess I apologize. But getting to my point off the matter, that's off the hand, that's off the tip of the penis. Oh God, man. This is a movie where I'm not going to argue with any of the critics or any fans or any casual fan who doesn't like this movie. Batman v Superman was a fantastic movie in my opinion. And when I look at the people that I admire, when I look at the people where I trust their opinions, they warned me about this movie, saying this movie was trash, saying this movie was terrible. But that's what scared me. I'm like, okay, you liked BVS. We liked BVS. You don't like this movie? So now I'm petrified. I'm worried and I'm scared. It's anal sex without the lube. And, if you had it with the lube, I might say, hey, have a golly old time, enter in, pal. But when you say no, none of that. Now there's a fear trembling inside the anal canal. Now there's a sphincter that's pointing up north to the south where Santa Claus comes down. And imagine Santa Claus just crashing right into the chimney. Just completely crashing. That's sort of what this movie did. I was not completely impressed with this movie at all. Will Smith and Harley Quinn, which I was surprised, are the best thing in this movie. They really are. They make the movie. Now, some people would debate, well, it's Will Smith. Of course he's gonna get more of the airtime. Of course he's gonna he's the most known actor and human being in that whole entire movie. Of course, we already know that, right? Will Smith is a god. He's looked at in so many ways, and people know who he is. If you don't know who he is, you might get smacked with a chicken wing. But my point is that they were the best thing in this movie. They were the best thing that the movie had to offer. Croc was terrible. He didn't say shit. He really didn't say anything. There was one time, this is not a spoiler, but there's one time in the movie where he goes, I want to watch BET. And that's kind of like it. He really don't say anything else. And the movie starts off, the first 20-25 minutes, it's just choppy and weird and awkward and funny when it's not supposed to be. I do have to say that this movie is funnier than any of the other DC movies. I had a discussion before with a friend of mine about DC comic movies and stuff, and she was just like, dude, I never really laugh at them, whereas Marvel, I'll find myself always laughing at some kind of sense of humor. She didn't like how DC Comics takes their movies too seriously, and she's a DC fan. She has all the comic books and stuff. She's like the nerd. Usually those kind of women have loose vaginas, but that's what this movie was. It was walking through a high school hallway. It was weird. Out of a 10, I'm really gonna have to give this movie a 5. It wasn't that good. There's literally no fighting scene in this movie that is great. I'm not exaggerating, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. You're not gonna see one fighting scene in this movie that you go, oh my god, this is the shit. This is the shit. Even people who hate BVS, even people who hate that movie, they still go, but that Batman scene though, that Batman scene was fucking awesome. You hear a lot of people saying that. And you also hear some people saying that Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman fight was the best. Those are the things you'll hear. With this movie, you're not going to hear anything. You ask a person what's their favorite fighting scene. If they say fucking, I don't know, Batman punching Harley Quinn, then, that's how you know this movie is shit. But I'm about to get into spoilers now. I really wouldn't advise anyone to pay for this movie. Honestly, I got it for $5 Tuesday, and my girl paid for it because she wanted to give me a gift for doing some favors for her. The most sexual favors that have ever been created in the history of man. And I also bought a black dildo for her. Maybe I said too much. I was glad I didn't pay for the movie. I was really glad I didn't pay for the movie. It's worth $5. I'm sorry. And I'm not buying this. And I could see the DVD sales doing terrible with this movie. The movie did great. People were going to say, well, the movie did great. Well, of course. It's a superhero comic book movie. It's an American tradition. Superheroes are an American soil. The only things that can compete with DC or Marvel, and they're not, as popular because Marvel's been here longer and, they're American soil again. But the only thing that can compete with DC and Marvel really is like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. That's about it, and more so Dragon Ball Z. But, other than that, of course they're going to be excited over this. It's American soil. It's American movie, and it fell on its feet, guys. Suicide Squad, the movie, committed suicide, and it was a squad of suicidal squads. Picture this. Imagine looking at Becky, right? The white girl with the flattest ass, with the pancake ass. Not even just the pancake ass. Literally, if a quarter dropped down her back, the quarter would literally go straight down the ass. Nothing would stop that quarter, and the gravity of her body shape, of the heavenly gates that enter the proof that God exists because something so sexy and created was so beautiful. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying? That's what the movie was. It was a girl with no ass. And why the fuck do people keep saying Harley Quinn is hot? She doesn't have an ass. You know, my girlfriend's black. Enough said. So I'm gonna, I give this movie a 5.5. Enchantress was hilarious. Just the way she moved was funny. The girl who did Enchantress's acting, I forget her name, but she was awful in this movie. The acting was terrible in this movie. Like I said, Harley Quinn and Deadshot, who's Will Smith, is the best. The Joker was terrible to me. I'm sorry. This was a punk rock Jared Leto Joker, and Jared Leto's the shit. Like, he actually can act, but this was trash. His acting was trash. And some people say, well, you're in the shadow of Heath Ledger. Well, that's sort of the point, you know? If somebody does it better, you need to do it just as good or better. You can't do it worse. And it was just bad. I didn't believe he was crazy. You know, when I was sitting in the theaters watching Dark Knight and watching Heath Ledger go at it, I remember having goosebumps up my anal canal and up my ball region and inside the sphincter of the penis hole. That is me. Because he was so fucking scary. He was really, really, really scary. It felt like it was a real person. I felt like I was watching a real person. Whereas this guy was like, oh, I'm putting the makeup on just to scare you. I'm putting the words on my face and my chest just to scare you. This is not really me. I'm not really crazy. I'm not really that insane. And that's what I felt about this. He wasn't really, 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 really scary to me. Batman makes a little cameo and in there it's very short. Flash makes an unnecessary cameo. It was just kind of silly, and I keep thinking to myself, Batman, Superman, Batman and Flash are in here, and then, why are they not helping? There's a lot of weird stuff that's just kind of like, okay, and some people say, well, maybe they're not, because it's not in Gotham. The fuck ever. The movie kind of just didn't make any sense. It didn't do your mother in a polite way, and that's why I give this movie a 5 out of 5, because it was quite disrespectful, like some of my bowel movements. So anyway, that's my review of this movie, to be honest. I would go wait or see it on a $5 Tuesday or have somebody give you a gift for the movie because this movie was shit. And it makes me really, really scared now of what Wonder Woman and Justice League is going to be like and the new Man of Steel is going to be like because that's the funny thing, right? Batman v Superman had an awful trailer, but it was a great movie. Suicide Squad had a great trailer, but it was an awful movie. Wonder Woman had a great trailer. That might be awful. Justice League had a cool trailer. That might be awful. So, this is really scary, and I'm not being team anybody or team this, but Marvel definitely rules this category. They definitely rule this category of movies. They're doing it, man. So, anyway, that's my review. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I wouldn't argue with the critics at all. I don't think it's a terrible movie, but I don't think it's great. It's a good movie. It's a mediocre movie. So I'm definitely gonna give it a 5. 5 is a mediocre. So like all videos, I leave you with beautiful poems, word of inspiration, words that will inspire you to get through your days and troubled life. Lights in a house direct you where to go. Lights on a street tell you where to walk and flow. Flowetry is the motion that poetry has. Yet flowetry is not the pill that your bowel movements once passed. Let me inside your toilet and show me what you're made of. Love you guys. Peace, love, and be wild. Hey!
Black Sun, Empire, tested time, night fire, new dawn, new day, we emerge.